Sometimes you don't realize something is going wrong because everything still looks normal. You can move, you can function, you can even feel like you have recovered. And that is exactly where I was. Hello everyone, my name is Aniruddha Telang. I am a second year MBBS student, and at that time I thought I understood what was happening, but something was already going wrong in a way I could not see yet. I had already gone through my shoulder surgery. Months had passed, and slowly I had started getting my life back. I started cycling, and it was not just an activity for me. It felt like I was returning to myself, like nothing had happened, like I had my body back again. No restrictions, no thinking, but just movement. And for the first time in a long time, my body did not feel like something I had to manage. It just worked. And somewhere inside, it became a belief that I am fine now, that I have recovered, even though there were still small things. Fatigue that did not make any sense, kind of heaviness that would come and go. But because it was not constant, I did not take it seriously. And during one of my follow up visits, my surgeon told me that I should start strength training now. And honestly, I was excited because to me, that meant I was getting back to normal, back to my strength, back to my routine. And I did not hold back. I just moved forward. I thought I was progressing, but I did not understand it then how fragile that phase still was. I joined the gym, and maybe that should have made me pause, but it did not. Because when something is not clear, you don't stop, you keep moving forward, and you hope that it settles on its own. I had already completed months of physiotherapy. My movements were improved, but this phase especially needed guided strengthening, and that part was not properly supervised. No real guidance, just a normal setup. And in the beginning, it actually felt good. I could lift, I could push myself, and week by week, I started increasing. More weight, more movement, more confidence. And because nothing was stopping me then, I believed that I was getting stronger. And more than that, I trusted my body again. But there were small moments, very small, very easy to ignore. Like while running, while those repeated movements on the treadmill, on the elliptical, my hands kept moving forward and back, again and again, and with every repetition, there was a kind of strain building inside. Not pain, but something building, like something inside was not fully stable, and sometimes it felt like a slight slipping. Not enough to stop, not enough to scare, just enough to be ignored. And every time it happened, I noticed it. But I did not stay with it. I moved past it. And at the same time, there was still that background feeling that something was not fully right. But I could not explain it, so I kept moving. And then one day, because I kept ignoring all of that, my body did not stay subtle anymore. It came back. Not gradually and not during exercise, but after. I was just standing, and suddenly that same pain returned, exactly like before the surgery, and suddenly, without any warning. And at that moment, everything inside me dropped because I knew that pain. I knew what it could mean. And after that, it was not just pain. My shoulder did not feel safe anymore. Even small moments started feeling risky. I stopped using it completely. I carried everything on my right, even my bag. I would not put it on my left shoulder. Even if I tried to lift anything with it, the pain would not come immediately, but later it would hit hard. Even while sleeping, I would place a pillow and keep it supported so nothing moves. I kept checking it, touching it, massaging it again and again, but it did not go back to normal. And slowly, a different thought started forming. Not loud, but heavy, that maybe this is not temporary, that maybe I would not go back to how I was before. And that is not easy to sit with because you don't know what comes next. Because pain you can handle, But when your body stops feeling reliable, you don't know how to trust it anymore. And the strange part is, this did not happen in one moment. It was building in things I kept ignoring. And by the time I understood, it was not small anymore. And that is when I realized that this was not just physical. But even then, I did not understand what it was leading to. And I thought that this was the worst of it. But I was wrong. It was not. Because what happened next did not just affect my shoulder, it changed how I moved, how I functioned, and how I lived completely.